Hello everybody, welcome to this edition of Miss J's Geek Corner. Let's talk about anything and everything that is geek, whether it be TV, comics, movies, or video games. And as y'all have seen lately with the whole things that been going on with Warner Bros. Discovery, DC situation, it's not looking very good. It's not looking very pretty right now. It's a full-on bloodbath, a massacre, whatever you want to say it is. It don't look good right now. And there's a lot of folks online, a lot of YouTubers out there putting on there what they should, how they would fix the DCEU and how it needs to be fixed and everything, including Variant just recently, of all people, put up a video talking about what needs to be done to fix the DCEU. And he had a lot of valid points. He had a lot of good points and everything. It's a very good video. But it inspired me to want to make a video too. And it got me thinking, how would I fix the DCEU? And how I fix it is, I never would have got to the state where it got broke at all. I mean, I would have made it where it wouldn't even have been needed fixing in the first place. Because if you look back on it, it was just fine the way it was. With Zack Snyder directing his own vision for DC, for the DCEU, and not needing all these add-on films. I mean, what happened, what broke it was too many cooks in the kitchen, too many people trying to have their say over everything. It's just like the last days of what happened to World Championship Wrestling. It was the same thing. Too many cooks in the kitchen trying to have their own way about things, and it completely muddled up everything and broke it. I mean, it's the same thing with Warner's and DC, including at the time the head of DC Entertainment, DC Films, Jeff Johns. They were trying to have too many things. I mean, there was no need. With the way Zack Snyder was doing everything, there was no need for all these side films going on. There was no need. There was absolutely no need for a Suicide Squad. And though as good as it was, no need for a Wonder Woman. And there was no need for any of the DC films so far that came after Justice League. There was no need for Aquaman to have his own movie, and Shazam to have his own movie, and to be another Suicide Squad, and a Birds of Prey movie, or a Batgirl movie. There was no need for any of this stuff. There was no need for any of that with Zack Snyder's vision of it. But that's what happens when you've got too many people wanting this. It's like they want this hero to have their own movie. They want that hero to have their own movie. When you're trying to set up a Justice League movie, you got all these little side things like Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman and Aquaman, all this stuff. It's just like, I said, what broke it was that and running Zack Snyder off of his own project. Zack Snyder was doing just perfectly fine on his own, he had his own 5-movie vision for the DCEU. And for whatever reason, they didn't like it because it didn't include this person. It didn't include, I was like, what about Harley? What about Joker? Joker was included, but not for this purpose. And I said, what about Harley? What about Joker? What about having another Bat spin-off? What about having Aquaman have his own movie? What about Wonder Woman having her own movie? What about Shazam? Which, for some reason, they felt they had to give a movie to. It's like they wanted a Superman with a Spider-Man attitude or something to get the kids' attention out there. I was like, you didn't need all that. They should, and yet with Zack Snyder probably pushed back against it, and they didn't like it. They run him off because it was like, well, now he's gone, we can do our own thing. And I said, it's just them trying to copy Marvel too much. They wanted their own Avengers verse, their own MCU, and who did they decide to bring in of all people? Joss Wheaton. They run Zack Snyder off his own almost completed project to bring on Joss Wheaton and ruin everything, and just muddle everything up, and that's what ultimately broke it. And now it's just been adrift ever since in the ocean of entertainment, saying everybody's now with the reputation that DC sucks when it doesn't. And personally, that's what broke it. And as I said, they just left well enough alone, it would have kicked Marvel's butt big time. But they didn't want that. They wanted their own. I mean, I've made my own piece about the whole Marvel secret, Disney Marvel secret of sabotaging the movie, everything, sabotaging DC, so they'd remain top dogs. But I'm not going to discuss that. I'm discussing the fact that this, like I said, that's what broke it. Is there too many people wanting to be like Marvel, and And I said, that's the problem. They needed to do their own thing instead of trying to copycat Marvel. And I said, they wanted to try to bring their own lineup of characters. And I said, what they should have done from the start is just let them just do their own thing. Let Zack Snyder do his own thing. And they should just let him do his own thing. And then later on, if they wanted to bring any other heroes into something, just wait till the Zack Snyderverse was done and then do their own thing afterward if they wanted to. They should just let him have his vision and then go. And then if they wanted to reboot everything and then do everything with the rest of the DCEU and have a new DCEU, they should have just done that. But no, they had to jump in there and completely and totally foul up everything, and they just want to secretly foul up everything, and they just it's just sad, and that's what broke it, is that they brought in Joss Wheaton to try to Avengers up the thing, and it didn't work, and it just made it terrible. I mean, if you look at the Snyder cut and the Justice League cut, it's two completely different things, and it's just not. It has two completely different things. Like I've probably said this before. I'll say it again. They took the heart out of it just so they could have Cyborg say "booyah." That's the significance of it. That's just the gist of it. They should have just let him have his day, but not to run him off his own project and try to Avengers up everything. And it just shouldn't have done that. And so it should just let Zack Snyder do his own thing, and then when it was done, go do their own thing, and they would do whatever they wanted. But now they're just adrift in the ocean. And to say, is there any fix in this? I don't know. Personally, if they wanted to fix this now, what they should have just done, what they should do is just sweep everything, take everything they did, and just rip it out of it and just let Zack Snyder continue on with his thing. That's what they should have done. That's what they should do if they want to fix this. Let Zack Snyder come back in and finish his vision. That's what they should do. Because I tell you, by the reaction that was received by fans seeing the Snyder cut of Justice League, yeah, people want to see this. There are a lot of people that want to see this version instead of the pablum we ended up getting thanks to Joss Wheaton. They should have just done it. They should just let Zack Snyder do his own thing. And as I said, just that's the only way I know of you fix it, is just sweep everything else except Zack Snyder's vision into a bin. Just throw it in the bin. And they should have just done that. Just let him do his own thing. And just do that, and I think it'll fix it. But if they insist on doing it, and they think now with this, Aris said something about doing Flashpoint. I was like, I don't know how in the world you could possibly fix everything with Flashpoint, because I said I don't know if it could be fixed or not. Who knows? The only way about that fix it is with a reboot. But if they had just left it alone in the first place, none of this would be going on right now. But DC had to have its way. That Jeff Johns had to get in there and stick his hands in everything, and with Warner's right behind him. And this is a state of what you got right now. I don't know if there'll be a way back or not. I want to be optimistic about it, but I don't know. But what do y'all? But that's just me. That's just me. What do y'all think it is? I'd love to hear what y'all had to think of it. How would y'all fix the DCEU? Do you think it was better off before DC and WB got into it? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, like, subscribe, share, and tell with all your friends. And I'll see y'all next time.